I'll just kite the boss into doing a big move and he'll hit his own spawns and then I can take care of him that way. No, that's not how this works. The boss isn't designed that well. This isn't Dark Souls. This is why I said FromSoft has ruined me. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm just here to rant real quick about Tormented Souls 2 and its boss fight mechanics. I want to specify this before you go into it. I like the game. I like Tormented Souls 2. I liked the first one playing it. Some frustrating parts, sure, but I like the puzzles. I like the design of the worlds and the characters. The boss fight rooms are really cool. The boss fights themselves, we'll get into that. The design of the bosses are really cool. I like the story in behind it. It's the atmosphere they foster is really creepy. There's a big problem with some, not all, but some of the boss fights. The first one being the nun. If you go into it, there's some things, yes, maybe a bit of a learning curve. You don't pick up that the knives need to go in the eyes, and then you beat her down to enough low health and you don't have those, and she gets back up and they get back up and they're fine at full health. That sucks. You pick up on that pretty quickly though. The problem with that boss fight is where all of her other moves are very easily dodgeable. The ground slam where she takes her weapon and hits into the ground has a huge hitbox problem because it will show a part of the area where it's like, oh, it's hitting, and then the area around it is the AoE effect, but it goes more than double that and can still hit you and stumble you and do a lot of damage, and I find that very problematic because that's way bigger. That hitbox needs to be adjusted. It's too much. They also really punish you because I had to run around with the hammer because I went in with no ammo. They give you 2 shotgun shells when you walk in. That's it. God forbid you have more. And I find that problematic because, like, if you're one of those people who saves up all the ammo and wait, because the whole point for a lot of people who I've read on Reddit are saying you should just save up all of your ammo and use it on boss fights only. I enjoy video games. It's a little bit of impatience because I don't want to sit there and whack one character 10 times just to proceed to the next room. But also I really enjoy using the different weapons they give you because they're really exciting and it's fun to use them. But then they're really stingy with ammo and they get to the boss fight and like, here's 2. If someone did save it all up, just let them have the boss fight for real. It'll be quick. Yeah, they don't want it to be quick, but if they're saving it all up, let them have it. Then people like me have a little more weapons, like a little more ammo in there to make it just a little bit easy, so I don't have to spend 22 minutes hitting the nun with the hammer because I don't have any ammo. That aside, second boss fight was fine. I didn't have any issues with that. I thought the mechanics worked fairly well. And then there was the cemetery boss fight, which is boss fight number 3, and that has a lot of issues. Namely, being the dodge mechanic is not great. Now, how soon, if you can hit, you really can't. You have to finish. Even after you're fully reset, you have to, that's way too much right there, but you can't. Yeah. That's not the greatest dodge mechanic in the world. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. If I am making mistakes, please let me know. I do want to know. I know I'm not a professional gamer, but I do enjoy games. I play a lot of Souls-like games. I feel like that's kind of ruined me because I know when I make a mistake in there, it's my fault. I learned from it. I don't feel like it's entirely learnable here because the mechanics for the 3rd boss fight aren't very good. You don't hit him, you hit your summons, but if you're going to use any sort of ranged attack, there's a chance it'll hit him and just reflect instead of doing damage because you can't really control that super well. When you go to aim, that sucks. When you go to hit, if you try to go in melee, which is what I have to do because once again, have no ammo, and they only give you 3 shotgun shells, which you do not want to use for 2 of those waves at all. You go to hit a guy, you want to try to hit 2 at once. You can't do a 2-for-1 special. That is possible. It's a little difficult, but if you get the angle right after running around enough times, you can hit them both. The problem is you're doing damage, but one of them immediately attacks you, and that's problematic because like they don't care. You hit them and then they're on you. You hit, you can't just dodge back even after the animation is finished because there is a delay with that. Like there's a delay between when the animation of attacking finishes to when you're able to dodge again. Perhaps this is different if you're on keyboard and mouse. I am playing with a controller. Maybe there's some weirdness to it. I don't know. I would have to go back and try with my keyboard and mouse. I haven't done that yet. But what I'm experiencing is a pretty big significant delay, which does affect that little bit. That second is all it needs for them to be, for like the boss to be there, or for another one to come get you, and that makes the dodge mechanic not really all that effective in my opinion. The enemies can just go through the boss. There's no collision. The only collision is with the room and then your character. They don't have collision with each other. They just move through each other constantly, and that's problematic as well because there should be collision. And then because there's no collision, well, I thought before I figured out there's no collision, I thought when he does his big rev up attack and he slams the ground, I could just kite the enemies into that since I didn't have ranged and they would take damage. That would be a really cool mechanic. Nope, they didn't do it. They take no damage because there's no collision. He just goes right through them. I thought that'd be really cool, a way to get around for those who kind of blew all their ammo early. But it's not, they don't have it, and then the ghosts also do damage, and they're difficult to get around. Yeah, you can dodge them, but it's annoying for a four-part boss fight going in. It is doable. I will say, even without ammo, it is doable. It is just going to be a pain in your rear for a long time because it's going to take a while because each hit, the ghost alone with melee takes at least 7 hits. They take 7 hits because I counted. And some people might just like, you just don't know what you're doing. And God forbid I enjoy a game and not be a pro gamer. It's fine to not be the best. It's fine to just be a normal gamer. If I'm doing something wrong, I do want to know, but I just feel like some people out there are just like, oh, I could do it. It's like, just because you can do it doesn't mean everyone else, like the average gamer, might not want it to be this. This just seems cruel. I'm on normal. This just seems cruel to do. And in a game like this, and I just feel like they could give you more ammo. They could compensate some way, or they're making the dodge mechanic better, or improving the hitboxes, improving the collision, making the boss fight actually come down and do damage to you. And this is a very punishing game. And then when you get to it, it's like your only option is to be told to restart from the beginning. No, I don't like that as an option. I don't want to restart over 10 hours of gameplay. I'm sorry. That's not my idea of a good time. I just want to play a game. Okay. Let me know if you guys have the same issues with this game. I'd be curious to see anyone else's opinion. If you're especially if you're playing on keyboard and mouse too, if you've had the issues that I've had, because maybe it's an entirely different experience. Maybe it's different on there. I'm also using a Switch controller. I don't know if that's a big issue or not. I'd be curious to hear everyone's opinions on the matter. Thank you. Rant over.